Okay, let's take a look at developing commentary. First, let's start with the CD because everything has got to start with the CD. So in this instance, we've got a CD about Tom. Terrible place, isn't it? Said Tom, exchanging a frown with Dr. Eckelberg. Awful. Doesn't her husband object? Wilson, he thinks she goes to see her sister in New York. He's so dumb he doesn't know he's alive. So this is Tom explaining to Nick his relationship with Myrtle Wilson and George Wilson. You'd want to include those facts in your transition. Then in your commentary, you're going to want to identify the lit device, the specific part of the definition of the lit device that's relevant to the CD, and then tie all that back to the argument. So first, your first sentence of commentary after the CD needs to address the lit device. So here you'd want to say Fitzgerald instead of he. Fitzgerald uses Tom's statements, that fits the definition, being condescending toward the area exposes him as having a massive ego, and his willingness to take advantage of Mr. Wilson just because he was dumb shows Tom's lack of concern for others. So this needs a little work with sentence fluency, but it hits the major parts where we see Tom's statements as condescending and as revealing a massive ego. That relates to the definition of the lit device, and what that ultimately tells us about Tom's character, that he lacks concern for others. Now you need to tie this to Fitzgerald's general argument. By portraying Tom as a corrupt character, because he has this lack of concern for others, despite his wealth, Fitzgerald exposes the corruption of the American dream in that the entitled wealthy, that's Tom, are given more power and respect than the hard-working and honest characters, which obviously are George Wilson. So quickly to review, you take the CD, figure out the lit device, include that lit device in your first sentence of commentary after the CD, explain how you see the lit device in the CD, and then wrap how that lit device connects to Fitzgerald's overall argument. For this prompt, you're going to want to address the American dream.